Okay, back to question 1. So you need to add these 3 numbers, right? So just be careful how you add them. Put it this way. Plus 22. So here's 2 negatives. There's going to be, more negatives. So 39.1, 8.4, 5, 17, 47.5, negative. Plus 22, so there's going to be no more negative left over. 47.5. Find the difference between them. 5, 5, 25.5, negative. And to find the mean, you have to divide that by 3. Right, and you divide 25.5 divided by 3. 8, 24, 15, you get 8.5. So the mean is negative 8.5. 2. So again, this one, use a number line, much easier. And minus 68, and you're going to 58. That's 0. So changing temperature obviously is going to be a decrease. Right, so you have 58, it's going to be a decrease. So again, you have the start, which is 58. You have the change, which we're looking for, and the final price. Final temperature is negative 68. So the change equals final minus start. So you get final negative 68 minus the starting temperature, and I believe it's 126. And that makes sense because it's a decreasing temperature. So over here we're looking for the missing value in the equation. Figure out, well, let's do this, 12.3, 4.2, you get 8.1, so I know this is equal to 8.1 positive. Over here I have 3.21 negative and 2.79. Borrow becomes 12, 11, 2. So this is equal to 0.42 negative. So what do I need to add to this so that it equals 8.1? Well, so that's going to be 8.5. Give me a second. Back to the video. Find the sum. So we're looking at this, and I can change that problem to this. Right, so I know it's 2 negatives being added together, so I know my answer is going to be negative. So let's just add these 2. Um, 24, 21, 24, and it's going to be 8. So that's 8, and then it's 29 over 24, which I'm going to change to a mixed number. Can't have 2 whole numbers, right? So that changes to 9, 5 over 24. 5. And I think it helps if you change this. Now it just becomes an addition problem. $28, 7, 28 times 4, 20. So that's a 7. This one's easy enough. It becomes 27 or 28. Nothing else needs to be done. Take the absolute value. I should do the operation inside the brackets before. So negative 4 plus 19. The same thing as negative 15. Minus, and 5 minus 12. If you take that on the side, it's the same thing as 5 plus negative 12, which is negative 7. Now I can take the absolute value. 15 minus 7, which gives me 8. draw a number line. Do the 0. Instead of, I'm going to change that to negative 2.5. And what's 5 1/4 units that way? And what's 5 1/4 units that way? So it's, right? So let's take that and add. So 2.5 and 5, instead of 5 1/4, I'll write 5.25. 5.25 makes life easier. So 2.5, 5.25 is 7.75 negative. So this ends up being 2.5 plus 5 1/4 going that way. It's actually enough to subtract. So it's 5.25 minus 2.5. And you're going to get 2.75 positive. So you're going to land somewhere over here. 8. So let's change that to an addition. Adding to negatives. That's 5.2, 2.35, 5, 5, 7. Final answer of negative 7.55. Express the difference as a sum. 89.3 plus 381.4. So we're changing this to a sum, right? Keep subtraction to addition and change this to a positive, or the opposite of that. And then evaluate. 7, 10, 1, 17, 470.7. So that's the weight, right? So you got, so on Monday I lost. I'm going to express that like this. On Tuesday I gained. And on Wednesday I lost. So this is what my expression looks like, right? So let me take a look at these two. The answer is going to be negative because there's more negative. Here's 185. Subtract. 13 minus 5 is 8. 13 minus 8 is 5. Got borrowed, so 0.58. Negative. Plus another negative. It's going to be 0.45. 13 goes 1, 10. So it ends up that after 3 days, I actually lost negative 1.03 pounds. So if my weight initially was 164, I can tell that in 3 days my weight went down a little bit. So 4 borrows, 3, 10, 7, I went to 163.37. Oh boy. So I was at this stage and I added this much. What's my count now? It's going to be more positives. Find the difference. So we got the borrow from all the way here. 11, 12, 10, 11, 5, 5, 8, 8, 1, 188.85. 188.55 would be my new accounts balance. Change this all to decimals. Now let's change that to decimals as well. So let's do these two. You get 34.5 plus 12.75. 2, 7, 47.25, and we're going to now 47.25 subtract minus 25.5, right? You get 5, 12 minus 7 is 5 7. 6 minus 5 is 1, and 4 minus 2 is 2. You get 21.75, which we're going to add to the final one, which is 6.4. We have 5, 11, 8, so 28.15. That's our final answer. So here the card is up, so that's positive, and then it went down, and then it went down again the next year, plus negative 24.5. So what was the so that's the first thing you have to do, write it as a sum. Okay, so plus, and plus is my operation. Find out what these two are, and then add it to that. So 102.3, 85.2, 1, 12.47, 9 is 8, so it's negative 17.1, which you're going to add to negative 24.5, 6, 11, 41. So negative 41.6. So the price of the card declined all that much. And if the price was initially at 97.25, it means that I lost this much in value. Which means that the card right now is valued at $55.65. Oh, we did that already. 14. Let me do 15. Oh my god. Let me do 15 quickly. Number line 0, negative 4.56, 1.23. You can definitely use absolute value here to find the distance between these 2 points. How far is this number away from 0? 1.56. How far is this number away from 0? 1.23. Add those two and you find the distance between those numbers. 575. 16. I skipped 16 because it's not part of the test, but this one I'll do. So here's a temperature increase. It was a negative 7 and went up to 28. So I know that it increased, so my answer is going to be a positive answer. It went up 7 here, and it went up 28 here. So the increase was positive 35. Which of these expressions gives me positive 35? Well, definitely not this one. Absolute value negative 77 minus 28. Definitely not this one. Negative 7 minus the absolute value of 28, which is 28. That's the only one that's possible is here. Let's prove it. Negative 7 plus negative 28. I'm changing to an addition problem. Negative 7 plus negative 28 is negative 35, which I take as absolute value gives me 35, and that matches that. And that's it. Now let me go back to this one. So you write the price fluctuation you had. You went down the first week, it went down again the second week, went down again next week, and finally last week it went up. So I'm expressing this. So let's figure out what happened here. So I know that 2.2, 0.49, 2.69 is these two. And I'm going to again add, this is a negative number, adding another negative number is just going to get more negative, 1.34. So this is 13, 10, 4, so I'm now negative $4.03. So my price has decreased $4.03. And finally last week it has increased by 1.34, so definitely it's going to increase a little bit. So take this, 10, 13 minus 4 is 9, 9 minus 2 is 7. So I'm only down 279. So here's what I have. my start, I know my change is negative 2.79, and I know my final price is 9.21. So what was my starting price? Right, so I calculated the change, and I know what the final was because it's given to me. So to find the start, I do final. To find the start, it's final minus change. So the final is 9.21 minus the change, which is negative 2.79. 9.21 plus 2.79 is going to be what I'm going to be doing, right? Adding. So that's going to give me 12. So Tron started at 12, decreased by 2.79, and we went to 9.21.